Moxie and welcome back to my channel. This week's video is going to be a planner update video. I promised you guys I would do this since getting my new Plum Paper Planner. I survived an entire quarter using it and it actually came in really handy. I used this planner a lot last quarter and it was the first quarter that I planned pretty extensively, and I just wanted to walk you through this planner and how I used it while also doing a kind of plan with me video, and I'll be showing you how I used it last quarter and then how I'm going to be using it this quarter. So I'm not going to be showing you everything that I did in this planner just because there is a lot. It did get kind of cluttered, I would say, because I didn't really have a set routine that I was using with this planner, but I will show you a few monthly setups and then of course my weekly setups that I used last quarter. So the month that I'm going to be showing you is January, and this was actually the month of my birthday, so of course I went all out. This is kind of how I've decided to set up every month for the monthly view. The washi tape that you see here is actually covering up the gray dates, which are part of the previous month and the next month. I just blocked them off with washi tape. And of course, this month's theme was cupcakes and polka dots just because of my birthday. I will list all of the stickers that I use here. I have a few from Sweet Kawaii Design. These are from Michael's. These are from the Planner Junkie, I believe. These are also from the Planner Junkie. These dollar signs are from RimaNur. Anyway, I bookmarked a couple pages because I knew I wanted to show you a specific setup that I was using. So this was the first week of March from last quarter. So what I ended up doing was for each week, because these boxes were a little bit narrower than I'd like, I ended up just listing which classes I have those days and then doing a one-liner. What's due? You know, what are we doing? If it was blank, I would most likely write, oh, it's just we have reading to do, and then I would mark what I need to read over here. So this whole entire space, which I believe I mentioned before, I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do with it, but this entire space was used for, okay, what do I need to read this week? Or if I don't have reading, what do I need to read for next week? Or what should I be aware is coming up? So especially with assignments and presentations, if it didn't fit here because it was a busy day, I put it over here. This little section right here I just used for, okay, do I have errands to run, or do I need to see certain messages before I even get over here? We had a lot of presentations due last quarter, so I ended up putting that right there. And then my YouTube planning was going on here. So this was for my Plum Paper address book review, and most of the time, I don't plan out like everything that I'm going to be doing, but I do plan out, okay, what do I want next week's video to be about? Or what are my ideas for next week's video, like surrounding the topic? I don't necessarily plan it all out. And all of my classes are color-coded. I know some people don't really like that. I used to not be a fan of that, but honestly, with the 5 classes that I was taking last quarter and the 2 discussions, it actually really helped narrow everything down. I know personally for me, if I fill a whole page in with black ink, it kind of just blurs all together and it doesn't help me connect the two. So my Education 109 course, for the discussion and the actual lecture, what do I need to be reading? What is coming up? And this actually helped me because they're on 2 separate pages, and the way my mind works, this actually really helped me group things together and keep everything linked without it looking crazy. And I mean, at some weeks it looked really, really crazy. This one was a blank one because it was the end of the quarter. Some weeks it got really crazy, but other than that, it really helped me keep everything together and keep everything on track. And then anything that's written in black is just plain like, okay, you need to be somewhere at that time besides a class, since all of the classes were color-coded. For big assignments, these stickers that I got from XOXOXao, I ended up using these stickers on the side. It would draw my attention to this class. I have a paper due on Monday. This class, I have a paper due on Tuesday. I had a paper due on Wednesday. Like, I had a lot of papers to write. And it just really helped it stand out. This is a popular argument coming up in the planner community that I'm seeing, is that are stickers really necessary, or are they just a distraction? Yes, I can totally see where they become a distraction, because if I'm over here back in my monthly spread, like, this is just intense. How much planning is actually happening here? But I'm okay with that because the monthly spread for me, it's a space to have fun and just kind of decorate what's coming up, because the weekly spreads for me, Yes, there are a few cutesy factors about it, but these are actually meant to draw my attention to the fact that I have crap to do. Like, I have a lot of stuff to do and I need to get it done. Stuff like this is just the fun stuff, and that's about as far as my decorating goes. As I mentioned before, I was really nervous that this wasn't gonna work out, the spaces right here, but when it's kind of separated, I can kind of go, you know, take one thing at a time, which was definitely my mantra for last quarter because it was just insane. I had so many things to read and so many things to just keep up on that if I didn't take it day by day, you know, assignment by assignment, I just would have driven myself insane. So yeah, that was the way that I used it last quarter, and I really enjoyed it. It actually worked out a lot better than I was hoping, and it kept me on track, which I've gotten plenty of planners before from like different stores, Target, Walmart, whatever, and not used them to my own benefit the way that I've used this. So I definitely am going to keep on track with it because it has just helped so much. And so hopefully it kind of transfers over in the video and you guys can kind of understand the way I used it. Okay, so I thought since it was pretty straightforward and quick, I would do kind of like a plan with me video. I do need to fill in my assignments for the week, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I do it. When I sit down and plan, of course I get my planner, I get my little pencil pouch, my reading folder, and my binder. And these I actually went over in my what's in my bag video. The reason why I do that is because I look at each syllabus and I go through, okay, what do I need to do in week whatever? So that's what I'm going to be doing. And then I have this just so I can put my readings for that week. I can print them out and put them in, which actually really helped me last quarter because I had everything on hand, and my mind, I'm learning, cannot sit on the computer and do the reading that way because I will get distracted. So it's all about knowing your own limit. And of course I have my sticker pouch. I had one from XOXOXao, but it just kept getting beat up in my bag, so I defaulted back to my little Target pouch that I got years ago. It keeps everything in here and I don't have to worry about it getting destroyed. So I always have these things on the side. Whether or not I actually use this when I sit down to write everything in, it kind of varies, but we'll see. Like last quarter, I'm going to be color coding everything, and I'm going to be using my Pilot Friction pens. First, I just like to go in and fill out what's going on. Courses, I list them in order of what I have that day, so I may not have class until whatever time, but this is the order of classes that I have that day. And then I just go through what's going on, I do that one-liner, and then I bring my reading all over here. And of course, this is where the stickers come into play. Right now, I'm using these read stickers from Have a Parade. When it comes to reading, I just kind of put the name of the author and like the chapter if it's out of a book. You guys actually kind of get a sneak peek in a way if you can read that. And up here, sometimes if I'm not going to be running errands or I don't really know what to put yet, I'll just put, you know, you need to finish reading and work on projects. I like to use some sweet kawaii design stickers here just to kind of finish it off. So of course my camera decided to die right there, but I just went ahead and added these stickers, and as far as decorating goes, this is about as fancy as it gets on days that I don't have like assignments due. I went ahead and printed out all of my reading, which is what I usually do. Because it can kind of seem intense, I like to print everything out and then label it. It kind of just gives me an idea, okay, this is for my media and cultural studies class on this date or on this week. And it kind of just helps me keep everything in check. These are for my history course. So I can just go through, and I used to do it like, okay, this is oriented this way, and I used to do it right here, but it's just easier if all of them have their label right here. do that, they get grouped together. I try to stay away from stapling things. And as you'll see, this is actually a document that was multiple pages, and I have my printer printed out on one page. It makes for small reading, but it saves paper and it also saves space. Some of the other readings, if they're not as long, I'll print them out in their original size and just make sure they're double-sided. But as they start to get a little bit big, I will clip them off like this, like a few of them have been, but for right now, they're not really bothering me. And then everything just gets stacked and put into my folder. So there you guys go. That was my update on how this planner served me last quarter, how I used it, and how I will be continuing to use it this quarter. I hope you guys found this a little bit entertaining. I know it was basically watch me plan, but I did want it to turn it into that so you guys can get more of a sense of how I'm using it and not just, look, this is how I used it. You can actually see my thought process in it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And of course, as for all the stickers go, any sticker that you see in this planner, any pens, anything that I've used, really, I will link the Etsy shop down below in the description box, so don't forget to check that out if you see anything that you like. Stick around, there will be a DIY videos coming up very soon. I have transitioned into working on the bedroom, so this weekend, actually, after filming this video, I'm going to get started on 3 huge projects, so stick around, you will not want to miss that. Until next weekend, I will see you guys later. Bye!